G'day guys, Sam here, and I'm in the bush right now. I've come here because I'm halfway back driving home for the holidays from Wellington. So this is basically smack halfway, so I figured I'd leave a couple days early, spend a couple days in the bush. Yeah, so it's April, the roar is going on. Hopefully the stags are roaring. Yeah, but I've never been here before, I have no idea what to expect. I just spent the past friggin' 45 minutes slogging up this freaking 45-degree steep as hill to finally get up to this top plateau to walk along. I'm starting to regret going to that party last night. Good sign, I've already seen a few deer on the walk in, so that was cool. It just would have been a lot cooler if they didn't have those earrings that they have, and it'd be better if they weren't behind a deer fence. But anyway, yes, but at least I've seen some deer, so yeah, it's going to be a good explore around and hopefully shoot a stag or a hind maybe, just anything. I just heard a stag roar behind me. Crack up. Okay, well that's a good sign. Hopefully, yeah, the hinds are cycling in the area and the stag's roaring. But yeah, I'm gonna stop wasting time and keep walking to the hut. Sweet as. Well, that looks pretty epic. Got Mount Ruapehu and Mount Ngātahoe over there. This is such a mean view. This is the trig, as you can see right there, the massive trig that they've got there. Yeah, this is quite cool actually. I've timed it beautifully to see the sunset, and I'm pretty sure from here it's just downhill to the hut. I don't know, I need to double check the map, but I've been going for a while. I haven't heard any roars or spooked anything or anything like that. There's not much sign on this main track. It's looking like pretty thick bush. Yeah, anyway, keep heading down. Alrighty, well I'm finally at the bloody hut. It's actually a neat little hut. It's real flash actually, especially considering the walk-in is not very flash at all. It's yeah, I would hate to do the whole thing in the dark, like for the first time. Like it really, the map really tricks you because it looks like for the most part it's like flat and nice, which it is, but then it's just the start and the end. Like the last bit coming down to the hut was freaking, I thought the first bit was steep, but bloody hell, this was like pretty much vertical. I'm not looking forward to going up there tomorrow and the next day. But anyway, I'm here now. Got a little bit lost in a couple of places, and I think it took me just under 3 hours to get here. That being said, I'm a little bit hungover and a little bit unfit at the moment. So, but anyway, I'm here now. I could actually, the whole walk down, I could hear a stag going off, going pretty well. Over that way, behind the hut, probably, I don't know, K, no, maybe not a K, I don't know how far away, but that's cool. I might have to do a bit of looking on the map and see, yeah, and do a bit of investigating and see if I can maybe get over there if he's roaring well tomorrow. But anyway, it's a bit annoying with daylight savings and stuff. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, and it's already dark as. So, yeah, anyway, I'm just going to have some dinner and then basically hit the hay because I'm pretty tired. Alrighty. Man, this hut is so well stocked, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if those are full or not, those gas cans and stuff, but it's got that, the fireplace with all the pots and pans and stuff, and some fire starters and whatnot, real flash looking bunks, and this, I freaking lugged my tent and sleeping mat all the way in here, just in case there were people at the hut, you know, you need a tent. The hut comes with a bloody tent. Some good bugger has lugged a tent here and then just left it here. Obviously a dude who comes here frequently. But that's, yeah, never seen that before. I suppose it makes sense. No one's can be bothered lugging a tent out, like, so if it's not theirs, you know, like stealing it. So, yeah, also check us out. Someone has well stocked with the double browns. I think I might leave them. But yeah, pretty neat little hut. Alright, let's have dinner. Man, that noise has probably got to be one of the most hated noises Anyway, right, it's the next morning. It's still quite dark outside, hence why I've got the candles going. Okay, well, I'm on the track heading up the hill. Yeah, I was thinking of going after the stags behind the hut, but they were pretty close actually, but just the way the wind was blowing, it just would have been pointless, I reckon. The wind was basically in the worst direction possible. So anyway, I'm sticking with plan A, heading back up the hill, and then going to head off down this big long ridge and see if anything makes any noise. Right, we've got a stag pretty close. I've got the vacuum cleaner, but I've also got this, just to try and get some responses out of him without losing my voice. He's a bit hesitant to reply, but he has been getting closer. So I might just wait here for a bit and kind of see what happens. I don't know if you heard that, but he's just down there. Yeah, boy! Got myself a beautiful eater, a young Sika hind. That's Sika number 2 for me. Yee-hee-hee. Okay, it's not a roaring stag, but I'm still stoked actually. I'll set her up, and then there's a chunk of her lung. It's a chunk of her lung just there. So yeah, she was kind of dead on her feet. She ran a little bit. It was actually a little bit of a tracking job, but thankfully she was bleeding like a stuck pig. So there was a good blood trail to follow, and yeah, eventually it came to her here. So I'll set her up and then tell the story. Alrighty, here she is. Yeah, it's kind of hard setting up a trophy shot kind of thing on the steep hill, and there's vegetation everywhere and nowhere to put the bloody camera. But anyway, so yeah, basically I was roaring at that stag, and it started replying to me a little bit, and then stopped and went quiet. So then I kind of gave up and came back to the main track, and I wasn't even stalking that quietly along, and yeah, basically I come around the corner and I see this girl standing basically in the middle of the track broadside looking at me, and she had no idea where I was. I was probably the first person she saw, and anyway, now I'm definitely the last person she saw. Yeah, so I let out a few kind of meh just to keep her kind of curious as to what I was, and yeah, brought the gun up and boom. So I mean, it's not a stag. But that's fine. I still got, you know, a whole nother friggin' 24 hours here, and I've got some meat which is beautiful, so I'll cut her up and I'll hang the meat up and then just grab it on the way back, and keep going for a stag now. So now if I see a hind or whatever, I'm not going to shoot it. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely freaking stoked with this. So yeah, I think I was pretty lucky actually. Sika don't usually hang around and everything. Oh, they're a little bit curious, but especially because I was kind of just like crashing through, you know. So if she was any older, because this is just a yearling by the looks of it, if she was any older, she probably would have spooked and I would have gone squealed at. So yeah, anyway, bloody stoked.
Holy crap. So, I'm just cutting up this deer, and that stag that I went to go to and then gave up on, he's freaking working himself up heaps down there, and then a Sika just started going off, like next to him. It's bloody ridiculous. Holy crap, obviously the gunshot didn't disturb them too much, even though it would have been freaking loud for them. I can't believe that, it was literally, they were going over top of each other. I'm so gutted I didn't have the camera handy. The red was going whoa, whoa, and then over top the Sika's going wee, wee. I wonder if you guys can hear that, I'm not sure. Damn, now I gotta figure out, do I go after the Sika or do I go after the red? I'd only just finished cutting up that leg. Another Sika stag started going off down there, which set this one off. Now the magpies are going, oh, it's all gone to chaos. Alrighty, got the back legs and the back stakes hung up there. The front legs are absolutely buggered on old mate over here. So yeah, that was never going to happen. But anyway, and it's real cold in here, and it actually doesn't seem to be that many flies, which is mint. Okay, right, let's bloody get down there. The problem is, the wind is coming up this way, so the track, the drag heads down that way, which means when I get to the bottom I'd be, you know, up. This is bloody ridiculous. I can't even finish a sentence. Without these bloody stags going off, I'm gonna have to cut around and make sure I'm upwind of them. I can't tell if that's a Sika or a red. I think it might be the Sika. I think they're bloody close to each other. This is stupid. Stupidly awesome. But, okay, right. Pack up my stuff and go. Okay, I've circled round, and the two stags, there's a red and a Sika. They're upwind of me now. So that's good. But I keep hearing freaking gunshots. I've heard like 4 in the past like 5 minutes, which makes me think, at first I thought it might have been a gunshot, but it's a Monday, and there it is again. I think the army might be doing bombs or something. Yeah, it's been, that was number 5. I think it's too many to be someone freaking shooting stuff. So, but it's good that obviously it happens a lot because the deer don't seem too fussed about it. So yeah, I guess I just keep stalking my way forward and see what happens.
No!
Bloody hell. I was so close to shooting my first stag. So freaking close. He was standing right there, and I was up behind that freaking wall of pepperwood. And I knew I was close because he roared and it was right there. And I was just following a game trail and I just came to this wall of pepperwood. And I crouched down and I was trying to slowly move through it, and then I saw the stag's face and it was looking at me. The rest of its body was hidden behind probably this tree, actually. So I could only see like his head and a little bit of his neck. And I was thinking of going for the neck shot, and then he took a couple steps and I stopped him. And he stopped broadside, but you wouldn't read about it, the perfect place where I would have shot was obscured by a skinny frickin' pepperwood tree. It would have been one of those two there. Oh man, because he stopped and like I didn't want to go to the, like, you know, one side of the pepper tree was too far and the other side and the other way was too far back. I just couldn't do anything. And I couldn't see his neck or anything at that time. And yeah, and then he kind of turned and started to walk away. And then I kind of felt, okay, this is my chance. So I just tried bursting through the pepperwood to get him to stop. And he went over that way. I saw his ass. And then he kind of disappeared. And then I think I heard him over here. I think he was trying to circle around to get my wind. But now he's gone quiet. He was a big-bodied animal. I reckon he had pretty tall antlers too. I didn't see points or anything, but when he turned his head to start walking before I could have shot him, if it weren't for that frickin' tree, I saw, like, pretty high antlers. They look pretty skinny though, but anyway. Bloody hell. I'm 50-50 between friggin' stoked and friggin' gutted. I guess that's raw hunting. I was so close to him. Literally 15 meters. Okay, well, I saw these clearings on the satellite map and wanted to come have a look at them. They're basically down the bottom of this ridge. It's only like midday. I thought it would take me all day to get here, but obviously not. And it's cool knowing that they're here, but I thought it was a little bit too good to be true. So, looks like there's a fence. There's also a quad bike track. So, I mean, I haven't jumped the fence. Yeah, I kind of thought that it was too good to be true, that there were going to be these two massive clearings there. I'll walk up the fence line and just pop over this hill just to have a look. Not expecting to see anything, but just a bit of a survey, bit of an explore. There's a bit of sign around the fringes of these. This will be a means, but like you can imagine the people who own this property will just probably spotlight, I reckon, just cruise along here, look into there. It's a mean place to see a deer or two, and as well as down there. And this is a mean place to have some private property. Man, check out the size of this flax bush. Look at this. The thing's freaking twice as tall as me. I think Harakiki, I think that's the Māori name for it. That is by far the biggest flax bush I've ever seen. That is ridiculous. That dwarfs anything I've ever seen before. Look at it. It's a freaking tree. It's like a palm tree, but it's flax. Wacky.
Alrighty guys, it's the next morning, and holy crap, the stags are going off. The hills are freaking alive. This is insane. There's a stag going off a couple hundred meters from camp.
He's close.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get to him. It would be crack up if I managed to call him to the hut, but I don't think I will. But there's another one which I think I'm going to go for a little bit over that way, and the wind will be in my favour. Just got to cross a creek, boost up the side of this ridge and get on top of him and see if I can get to him from there. But yeah, it's bloody epic. The stags were keeping me up all night, as well as a rat running around in the hut, but yeah, bloody good.
Alrighty, well, just like yesterday, I'm back at this stag scrape, and just like yesterday, am unsuccessful. Yeah, it was weird. He was going absolutely ham. Probably from right here actually, like pre-dawn. He was freaking going at it, and I was calling to him from the hut, and he was replying, and he was getting freaking pissed off. And then by the time I got over here, the sun had come up, and he basically shut up. Well, what he didn't initially is, like, the higher the sun got, the less he started roaring. But, like, it was crazy. He used to, back, like, early this morning, he was sounding like he was freaking possessed. It was like, it was freaking crazy. I didn't even record most of it. But anyway, yeah, so I came up here, and I found the scrape, and I found a bunch of signs. I was like, yeah, he's here. And the breeze was being a bit weird. I thought it was coming up here, which was good, and he was down that way somewhere. And he was close to me too. I reckon he was less than 100 meters away most of the time. And then, I don't know, like, I just kept choosing like a posse to kind of sit and wait, because I figured if he was so pissed off he'd come in. And he barely even replied to my roars actually. He started kind of just doing a moan every 5 minutes or so. And then eventually I got close enough where I roared, and then he replied, and he sounded freaking pissed off. It was like, you know, like real freaking angry deer. And I was like, oh, awesome, sweet. So then I replied angry too. And then he just basically shut up again. And then a few minutes later I'm pretty sure I heard him, but it sounded like he had his back to me, and it sounded further away. So maybe he caught my wind. I don't know how he could have, because I swear the wind was alright. But maybe he circled round way below me and I didn't even see or hear him, because I was sitting still most of the time, kind of scanning. But I think I'm just going to go back to the hut and pack up. I got a 3-hour walk out and a 3-hour drive. And I don't really want to be driving too late into the night, because I'm going to be freaking exhausted from these 2 days of hard hunting. Or one whole day of hard hunting and not getting much sleep last night and stuff like that. So yeah, alright, back to the freaking hut. Alrighty, back at the hut. Yeah, I'm bloody gutted actually. I thought I had a pretty good chance then, because I heard him over the course of the night. He started off over there, and then ended up coming down, and I think at like 3 in the morning he was like just there on this kind of face here. And then by the time I'd gotten up and stuff, he'd come down and he was about there, basically where I was. And now he's gone way the hell down, probably to the head over there. So that's obviously his beat. Comes through, maybe he loops back round, I don't know. But yeah, gutting, absolutely gutting. Well, not really absolutely gutting, but you know, a little bit disappointing, but hey ho, what can you do? That's hunting for you, isn't it? Now, I didn't get too good of a look at the stag at his head when before he turned and left, but I reckon it was something like this. I think it was a bit taller, but I think I remember seeing them being tall and skinny. Yeah, basically like this. So maybe that's kind of the genetics of the area. Who knows? Maybe this is the cast of the stag himself. It very well could have been. low key though, missing a bunch of, or missing the bay tines and all of the tops, of course. But this is quite young. He's probably only 3 or 4 year old stag for this, and my stag was probably a little bit older. I'm gonna say 4, maybe 5. I honestly, I suck at aging stags, but definitely wasn't a young one, but wasn't too old either. He had like a middle-aged face on him, I think. So, not that it matters, because he's still running around there. I'll just have to try to get him next year. Maybe I will come back here next year. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, this was just a cast that was hanging up by the hut. So I'll go and chuck it back up there, next to this other frying pan number friggin' 5 they've got here or something. Here we go. I'm still stoked as that I got the Sika. So her meat is hanging up in here. Yep, legs and back steaks, and I've already skinned it, so that's fine. I think I might just biff it straight in the bag like this. It wasn't too heavy with the bones in. And yeah, I just kind of, I don't know, I just want to go, to be honest. It's been awesome fun here though, at Zeke's hut. This is a cool little place. I don't know, my overall opinion, if anyone who cares, is it's a cool place. The walk-in is absolutely shit. Not necessarily because it's steep, or it's like steep in kind of 2 parts, the start and the end, but it's just not well maintained, like at all. Someone from dock needs to come through and with a freaking chainsaw or a weed whacker or something, because a lot of the time you're just walking through head high freaking toy, and you just can't, like, because you don't want to get in your face. You're going like this and you're just walking forward and you can't really see where you're going, and there's a few kind of tripping areas and stuff like that. I don't know, it just needs a bit more love, because it is such a nice hut. It is the best hut I've ever been to, because it's so new, right? It's 2007, like I'm older than this hut. I can't say that about many huts. And yeah, it's just nice, and I reckon, yeah, that many people must not really come in here. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of remote. There's a lot of deer in here, but like I've encountered 4 over the course of the past 48 hours. One on the walk in, I just spooked a red hind that she was standing on the side of the track, and the Sika I shot, the stag I freaking almost shot, and then last night coming back just above the hut actually spooked another hind. Don't know if it was a Sika or a red, but yeah. Anyway, so that's 4 deer seen, and God knows how many else heard, like freaking heaps, and had that Sika go off right next to me yesterday, and it's actually been a bloody awesome trip, and I'm freaking stoked. I just don't have the antlers and the meat to take away from that stag encounter, but I do have the footage on the GoPro, I'm pretty sure, so hopefully, there's that bloody stag going off, hopefully you guys will be able to see that, and still join in on the bloody fun experience. So anyway, I think this is where I'm going to end the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. See you later.